Hi everyone, welcome to the live webinar of Exaltius. I welcome all of you. Myself, Amrish, I'm a senior corporate trainer with Exaltius, and we are going to have a session, rather, I would say a series of sessions coming up this month on Agentic AI. I would say the rise of Agentic AI. Let me share my screen and then we can start off right away. Yeah. All right. So what we are going to have a look at today is uh, we are going to have a look at things that are happening in the agentic AI space. And we have a series of webinars coming up this month in the month of March. And we have named it Rise of AI Agents. And we will start off with the first webinar today, which will be on understanding how AI has taken a leap from the era of generative AI tools to agentic AI tools and why this is happening. And in a faster way, in a very fast way, it is happening. We will try to understand that today. Followed by on March 11th, we'll have one more webinar, the second one, where we'll be going through different tools, the no-code tools for developing the agentic AI workflows. On March 18th, we'll go further with some tools which will be coding based. So it will be pro code platforms we'll be using. And on 25th of March, we'll be having a comparison of different tools and when to use them. So if you haven't still subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. And if you're in platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn, maybe you can follow the page. If you haven't still subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead, press the bell icon so that you can get regular updates on about all the webinars that we are conducting. Right. So let's start off with the rise of AI agents, starting off with the first topic that we shall be covering. We shall be understanding how AI is moving from the era of generative AI to agentic AI, and what actually is different in agentic AI as compared to generative AI, and why it matters, right? We'll try to understand. So starting off with some basic on artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, to be honest, needs no introduction. So in today's date, every part of our life is actually affected or is actually influenced. To be honest, that's the right word I would do. It's influenced by artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence, even though we have been listening to this word recently quite often, but it's not a recent phenomena. It started back in 1950s with the Turing test. And if you're curious about Turing test, please do research. And if you look at its journey, it has been a very long journey, an interesting one. We won't be covering the history, of course. Nobody's interested in that. We live in the present. So now AI has moved from a point of from Turing test to Claude bots. Yeah, all the tech geeks, you must be listening and hearing and having a look at the TikToks and the reels about Claude bots, which has completely taken over the AI space, right? It has been a long journey. So artificial intelligence, as we all know, anything that mimics human intelligence or you can say duplicate human intelligence or replaces human intelligence is called artificial intelligence. And recently, AI has become a household name. Yes, it has become a household thing in every aspect of our life because of certain tools which we call as the generative AI tools. And yes, no prices for guessing. Okay, let's do it this way. Do let me know in the comment section which is your favorite generative AI tool, if you're aware of it. So let me explain you what's a generative AI tool. You already must be knowing. As the name implies, it generates content. Yes, it generates content. What kind of content? It can be text, it can be images, it can be videos, it can be audios, it can be codes, it can be anything. Anything that generates content could be called a generative AI tool. And of course, the content that is generated, it is fetched from the training data on which it has been trained, right? So basically, what happens in a Gen AI tools, it's pretty simple. We, as a user, we give a query to the Gen AI tool, and the query is often called as a prompt. We give a prompt, and based on the prompt, whatever prompt we give to the Gen AI tool, that goes to the large language model, or you can say the intelligence, the artificial intelligence brain behind the Gen AI tool, and a response is given back to the user. Simple as that. You give a prompt, it will give you a response based on what it understands from what you are asking, right? So that is your generative AI. But what we are talking about today is a step further, is something which has taken over the AI space by storm. That's called agentic AI. It's one step above generative AI. If you understand on a basic level about agentic AI systems made up of one or more autonomous agents. That word, the keyword autonomous, right? So the autonomous agents, if there is a system with some one or more autonomous agents, you can call it as a agentic AI system. And it just doesn't have the ability to give you responses, but it has the ability to reason within its own system. It does not need manual assistance. You can set up an agentic system and it can operate on its own. You don't need manual assistance. We'll see the difference, don't worry. We'll get our hands dirty with some hands-on for sure. It works on goal-oriented decision-making systems, and of course, the ability to constantly learn. It can learn from its experience and it can improve on itself. So on a basic level, if you compare a generative AI tool and an agentic AI tool on a very core level, you would see generative AI tool, the purpose is very simple. It just creates content. That's it. But an agentic AI tool, it can take actions and make decisions. That's the interesting part, right? Generative AI responds to prompts, but agentic AI acts independently with goals. It can generate text, image, etc. Generative AI, but agentic AI can plan, execute, and adapt to actions and all the different things it can do. So if you talk about AI agents, the autonomous agents that I'm talking about, it has few characteristics like autonomy. AI agents operate without continuous human supervision. It is very reactive. They respond to environmental changes. Given the scenario, it would take a different action based on the given scenario. They are proactive, and of course, they have a social ability. That's scary and interesting at the same time. Just imagine one agent talking to another agent, and based on the interaction, they take the decision. Just imagine how interesting things can be. So, enough of talks. Let's get into action. Let's do a test. Let's do a very test. We'll compare a Gen AI with an agentic AI and see what do we have in store, what extra do we have in store while we are doing so. Okay, are you ready? Let me know in the comment section if you're ready. Let's go ahead. Give me a second. Let me set it up for you. All right. So what I'll be doing, I'll be giving you a scenario. I'll be dealing with a scenario where I will be having a generative AI tool which will be in use, right? And the generative AI tool will be aided with some understanding, or will be given some context, etc. And let's see what are the abilities of the generative AI tool and what are the abilities or what are the shortcomings or the shortfalls of the Gen AI tool. You must have seen this page quite often. Yeah, we all use it quite often. Maybe in a handphone, maybe on the browser. Yes, that's ChatGPT. Okay, the most popular Gen AI tool in the market today. So if you see here, many of us would have used this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something which many of you might not have used. Okay, I'm going to use my GPT. So in your ChatGPT page, you have a GPT's option. okay, and you click on Explore GPT. So once you click on Explore GPT, you'll find many GPTs which are for specific tasks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a GPT for a specific task. So I'm creating a GPT here. Give me a second. Let me start working on it. So in this GPT, I'm going to say that I'll be creating this GPT to behave or act as a customer care agent. I'll tell you the scenario. I'll be using this GPT to become a customer care agent. Okay, so let me give it some instruction. I want to create a customer care support which has the knowledge of the company policy, right? Simple as that. I'll be creating this. I'm giving it instruction. And also, apart from giving it an instruction, I will be uploading a Word document to it. I'll also show you the Word document which I'm uploading. Remember, this is not agentic AI. This is generative AI. Meanwhile, it updates. Let me show you the Word document that I'll be uploading. So I'm giving it some references. I'm giving the GenAI tool some references, some knowledge base, which it would use to before giving any responses. So this has got all the information here, right? Okay. So as you can see, it is ready to become a customer care response. It would give responses. And here you can see it is also uploading the Word document that I showed you, right? So as soon as this gets done, you can say that, okay, it is ready. Okay, it is taking some time. So what I'll do, I'll finish the upload and I shall open the GPT. So if you can see my screen here, this is the customer support agent that we just created. Remember, this is on ChatGPT, but this is not the general ChatGPT. This is the one which has some understanding of the business, right? Or understanding of the company. So the scenario is very simple. It's a customer care agent for a e-commerce company which provides product, as you know, e-commerce. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask this generative AI tool to help me. I'm going to ask this generative AI tool to help me with a query, right? So I'm a user, I'm writing to this GenAI tool. It is the customer care agent. So, hello, suppose I'm the customer, I'm saying that, okay, I had placed an order on 9th Feb 2026. You can put any date with order number, or maybe ORDER 2026, something. Okay. I have received the order today and I want to return it. Okay. So if I tell this to this generative AI tool, as we know, your generative AI tool can only give you responses. It can create content. It cannot take action. So as you can see, it is giving me a relevant answer, but it has got a limitation. What is the limitation? It can just suggest me what to do. It won't do things for me. That's what I wanted to focus here. It could just give me suggestions, not take actions for me. It cannot process the refund. It would just guide me how I can do it, but I have to still do it manually. So this here is very, very simple and straightforward generative AI tool. And I hope all of you understood what is the limitations here for us. Now, on the flip side, instead of going for the generative AI tool for support, if I go ahead and use an agentic AI system. So if the organization or the e-commerce platform, instead of taking help of generative AI, it takes the help of agentic AI platform, then what would be the difference, and most importantly, the difference in the experience of the customer? That is what I want to highlight. And this is actually the game changer. This is the game changer, the experience a agentic AI tool gives, right? So there are many platforms where you can create agentic AI workflows and automate things. Now here, the platform I shall be using is a very popular one, N8N. So you can simply go ahead and open this website, n8n.io, and you can either sign in if you already have an account, or you can get started if you are new to the platform. So as soon as you sign in, or you sign up, okay, you will be taken to this home page of N8N. So once you're at this home page, you can simply go ahead and you can create a new workflow, right? Since I have already created the workflow for you, okay, I can still show you that, okay? So if you see here, this is the workflow that I shall be using. Now, what is this workflow? Very simple. It has got a chat option here where I can simply go ahead and chat with this AI agent. So you can consider this as the customer facing end, where the customer can simply come and they can have any query to the workflow as they want. Apart from that, what you can also do is we can understand the workflow now. So this is the customer end where the customer can chat. This thing is attached to an AI agent. We have been listening about AI agents since the beginning. So we'll go and check with the AI agent what is inside, what's under the hood, right? So this is an AI agent. And this AI agent is something which is having some instruction. So as I told you, AI agent works on the basis of a goal. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving the AI agent the goal. You can see here, this is the system message I'm giving to the AI agent. Okay. You are a helpful customer care agent. If the user wants to return or refund any purchase done, your job is to check the return and refund policy from the Google Sheet, etc. I'll show you them. And the customer, based on the eligibility, you can process the refund. So this has a goal of not just dealing with the customer, but also it can process the refund. That's very interesting. Okay. Now, more interestingly, this AI agent is connected to an OpenAI chat model. So basically, if this is the agent, this is the brain of the agent. And remember, it's OpenAI LLM, so it is very, very smart. Okay, if you want to see, you can see this is connected to an OpenAI account. You have to just give the API of OpenAI from your OpenAI account, and you can do that. And of course, you can choose any model from OpenAI. Apart from that, since the customer would be chatting with the person, since the customer would be chatting with the AI agent, the AI agent should remember what has been the previous chats. So this can be very done using a simple memory. So here you can see it has a 5 context window length here out here. Apart from that, the AI agent has got abilities of having tools, different tools, out of which one of them is a Gmail, where the AI agent is capable of using this tool to send an email. Okay, so if you have a look here, okay, so this is connected to a Google account, which would be triggering the emails. So it would be sending emails. But interestingly, to whom it would send, it's not predefined. It will be decided by the AI agent whom to send. What would be the subject? Again, the AI agent will decide. And what message it would send, or what would be the content of the email, that also would be defined or decided by the agent. Apart from that, it is having a tool that is the contact list. Okay, if you see here, I've just given few contact lists, maybe the finance department, logistic department, and here is the mail ID, etc. So if the AI agent wants, it can go ahead and search this sheet for some information. Okay, so if there is a scenario that it has to send an email to the finance department to send the refund to the customer, then it could do that way. Apart from that, this agent is also having an access to the company policy. You remember, I had uploaded the company policy to the GenAI tool. So here, what I'm having is the company for policy for return and refund, etc., in a very detailed way in this Google Sheet. So you can see, so it is this AI agent is having access to sending email. It has access to the contact list. It has got access to the company policy as well, right? So based on whatever the customer is saying, given scenario, based on the given scenario, it would respond, and not just respond back to the customer, it would also take actions. That is what makes agentic AI tool very, very interesting, right? So let us try and start working on it. So what I'll do, I'll try to, as a user, I'll try to interact with the AI agent. Okay, so I'll say hello. I'll do the same thing. I'll write the same thing here also. I had placed an order on maybe 11th Feb 2026, and I received the order. I received the, delivery yesterday, today, maybe today, and I want to return the product. I'll also add this line: the product is unused. Okay, so I'll write this much. And please keep an eye on the workflow, what happens. Okay, as soon as I click on send, just a second, let me just refresh this page so that I can start a new instance. Yeah. Okay. So as soon as I click on send, you can see the actions. You can see the AI agent is interacting with the chat model, taking decisions, getting access to the company policy, then going back, doing some understanding, and it is using it. So if you can see here, there are a lot of actions that are taking place. Okay, simple memory. It is going to the company policy. It is going to the contact list, simple memory, and it is trying to send. Okay, just let me have a check at this. Okay. So what has happened is it is able to fetch everything. It is just having some issues for sending the message, sending the email. Let me. Okay, so let me try it again. Let's see if it works. So it is doing all the same steps. Hopefully this time it would be able to send. Okay, I think we are successful this time. If you can see your return request, I'm going to zoom in. If you can see here, your return request for the product delivery today is approved. And as it is unused and in its original packaging within 7 days of return window, I've informed our logistic team. See here, the AI agent has informed the logistic team and to initiate the return process. If you need further assistance, please let me know. So what we just saw was a very simple example of how how actions are being taken. Okay, they take action. AI agents can not just show you, give you information, but it'll also take action. So if you want to check really the mail was sent or not, if you want to check that, I can maybe show you my sent mails. Can you see this? 2 minutes ago, okay, a customer has placed a return request for an order delivery today. The product is unused, original packaging, eligible for return policy. Please initiate the return process. So what we just did is a very simple yet very, very powerful thing we did, that using an AI agent, we shall be, we can very well use it, use the platform for use the platform for taking actions. So it was a very simple example. Just imagine the implementations we can have. We can completely automate the customer care functioning. We can completely automate many different things that that are being done manually, especially the repeated things, right? We can what we saw was just one agent in action. Just imagine, maybe we can have a completely different scenario where you have multiple agents connected to each other, and all the agents working together as a team, helping each other in taking decisions. So this was a very short and a very introductory level of implementation of an agentic AI tool. And definitely AI agents are a thing for the future, and each and every implementation can bring huge changes in the way we work in today's date. So moving ahead, if you have any questions, you can post it in the live chat, or if you're watching it later, you can definitely post your questions in the comment section. We'll definitely go ahead and solve and try to answer all your questions. As I can see, no questions as of now. Maybe if you have any questions, you can post it in the comment section if you're watching it later, and we'll definitely answer your question. If you are liking the content with us at Exaltius, definitely do consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and following all our social handles. We will be coming up with the next webinar on next Wednesday. Definitely, it is going to be very exciting because we are going to see some more amazing implementation of agentic AI tools, which could be very, very useful knowledge for you to explore further. So yeah, that's it from my side. This was Amresh Sahu. Hope you liked the session. See you next time. Thank you.